Hello and welcome back to the Smite Draft League. We've got more of the 3v3 Mage tournament today, and due to some issues with picks and bans, we're getting right into god selections here, and we'll see you in the game.
Righty. 3, 2, 1.
It's Smite Draft League, it's 3v3, mages only, no defense, RNG, Brandstupidy. I'm Anthony, and I've got iNooblet with me.
How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Excited to be on here. Normally I'm just running the cast, but today I get to be a part, or excuse me. Normally I get to just run the cams. Today I get to be part of the cast. I'm very excited for it because there's a lot of action in this tournament. And it's starting off right away here at this red buff. What do you see from these teams with the red buff?
It looks like Brandoopity's getting poked out a bit. We did see, just like we're seeing as a common theme, that red buff, the small guys were the target. And now the target might be Kreshoa, but Catman's going to back up. And now Brandoopity finds himself the victim of quite a bit of damage. He's got to fall back below the tower and quite a bit of fighting, which has not been common for this tournament.
Yeah, I love this dynamic. It's always, people always kind of do the shuffle over the red buff in the beginning. As Huang looks like he's going to try and contest this blue buff, putting out a lot of damage.
It looked for a second like Valyouuu had a really good spot around the back, but he wasn't quite able to pick up any kills with it. And now he's going to tag out Brandoopity to keep him safe, and RNG's going to have to think better of it and back off back to laning.
And now they're going to go back and actually get that red buff. That's why that dynamic is so funny, because usually people don't even secure the red buff. They just choose to fight there.
Big damage on Brandoopity. He just got away from that. I think we both thought he was dead.
Yeah, classic Soul playing with fire like that. We'd love to see this aggression. A lot of people just kind of play the tower defense simulator in Joust, but not these guys. They're here for a tournament. They're here to win some gems, and they're here to make it happen fast.
Yeah, and it's tough because you don't want to be over aggressive because you're playing for something meaningful. You know, you don't want to go give away free deaths, but you also find yourself in Joust. There's nothing to do except for fight. Once that red buff is gone, you really just start getting bored if you aren't throwing hands.
True, and you see this, we saw it from a couple other teams, the strategy of just fight, get all the farm, and immediately back and buy. Ooh, Wayne got caught here.
That was a very greedy back right in their faces, and it's going to cost them the first blood. Valyouuu picks it up for Brandstupidy.
Ain't nothing like getting caught lazy backing. It might work in some places, but how hungry these teams are in this tournament, they immediately punished them. We see the Soul and Olorun ult out for this big fight.
Soul ult went around the outskirts, and Eset comes up front and picks up the kill onto Valyouuu, but leaves herself open for the Soul kill, and now the Agni bombs. Double kill for Brandoopity, but Huang's got something to say about it, baby. Goodbye, Soul. Now the chase begins onto Agni, but Swagni's a little too fast for that with the pimp walk, and he's going to get away.
That was insane action. At first, everything was so good for RNG, just completely running this game in everybody's face. And then Devv gets caught lazy backing once, and then the fireworks just go off. And Brandoopity over there, obviously just throwing hate and content at the enemy, getting the double kill. And as Olorun went in, did a lot of damage. Agni doing good cleanup. And Huang with a double ult pull-in, which is insane. That is not an easy ult to use.
Somehow the knockup ended up bad for Valyouuu, and he's going to be forced to use that ultimate to try to create some spacing. I'm not sure how his own knockup almost killed him there. That was almost kind of reverse impressive.
This might be the most action we've seen in this tournament, and we're only 3 minutes in. Like, these teams are just brawling right here, and they're all very good players. I'm familiar with a few of these guys, and they are high-end players, so this is going to get real spicy. The
passiveness has been so frequent. Like you said, it's crazy. I almost can't believe what I'm seeing and how many ultimates we've seen. The fact there's even relics on cooldown is shocking in itself.
And this is a round 1 game, too, so I guess they got a lot to prove. Hopefully that carries over into the next rounds, because there are a lot of contenders we've already seen in this tournament, and this type of aggression, these type of plays, it's going to be needed. But Eset going to use ult to confirm here.
And the Soul ult lights up Aurora, and Valyouuu picks up the kill. Oh no, Cray, where are you gonna go? You're gonna pop your ultimate. Oh, and try to be Agni in that kind of a slow. You can't do it. Double kill for Valyouuu. And Devv tries to juke out the Soul, but it's not gonna be good. Deicide goes the way of Brandstupidy.
Brandoopity, just don't be missing autos there, and it's so crazy how in the middle of all these fights, it's swinging for both teams back and forth, back and forth. One team makes a huge play. You're like, oh, they're going to win the fight. The other team makes a huge play. And they're not afraid to just release these ults. You saw Aurora using the ult just for the red buff. You see Valyouuu using the ult just for the blue buff.
Yeah, I think especially when you're trying to make a difference so early, I don't think that's the worst decision, but we do see a sneaky 5-minute Bull Demon King. That's become a theme, and I don't know if RNG has this sniffed out.
Yeah, I think.
Come on, guys, where are the members?
I don't think people expected that early. They just sneak it.
And the Bull Demon King goes the way of Brandstupidy, and then they can't even stop the back. They didn't sniff it out. They didn't show up, and just like that, Bull Demon King at 5 minutes.
And that's huge for Brandstupidy +2. Because you can see how back and forth these little fights are, and now they have the edge to where RNG can't go under tower for defense. It doesn't do anything. That tower's useless now, so they can be as aggressive as they want here. Really push this lane.
I'm surprised they didn't sniff that out when they saw that there was only one member in lane. I guess they thought they were buying items. As we do see full speed ahead here from Brandstupidy, they're going to get RNG under the tower, but it's not going to help you much this time. Huge soul damage, but it looks like Olorun's going to get away. And now Eset's stuck in the back, trying not to step too far ahead with all the damage. They might just have to concede this tower and look for some time to regroup.
And what a toxic team comp Brandstupidy has here. Just Agni bombs on cooldown, can cover the entire lane. Vulcan, entire kit knocking you up. Is a big pull-in ult from Huang.
And there's the Olorun ultimate, but it looks like everybody's got space to survive except for Brandoopity, but now he's in Soul's little ball and he's rolling all around, but oh, just like that. He was a little too early for the damage onto Eset, and Olorun picks up the kill onto Brandoopity, and now we've got a 2v3, but they don't care. Agni's blinking in, and Vulcan's lighting up Devv, but Devv responds and takes out Catman, and now it's a 3v1, but Valyouu's got the health advantage, but it's dwindling quickly as he chooses to throw basics with the Olorun. And now the lazy back goes in turn of Valyouuu, and he's got to find himself on the back foot and the backfire.
My favorite thing here is that despite how these fights are going, at no point do you see any of these 6 members of either team looking like they don't want the fight anymore. Despite the health bars, despite the people dead on their team, they still want the fight the entire time. You see one taking on 2, Agni with the audacity to get Blink going in. Vulcan then down 1v3 and still not scared, standing there, standing his ground. These are just fun players in a fun tournament.
Yeah, this has been such an action-packed game. We haven't even talked about the builds, which I think that might be the first time that this is happening so far in this tournament.
There's no time.
Everything's been so calm in comparison. And now we've got another battle for the blue buff, but it looks like RNG was able to save their blue buff. And now Brandstupidy might have overcommitted just a little bit, but here comes the Vulcan ultimate, and Devv gets blown up buy it. And all of a sudden, we've got a 3v2 advantage for Brandstupidy, +2, and they're chasing RNG down. Eset's trying to get the stun out. She'll hit it, but the Agni damage follows up, and it might just be too much. Trying to juke out the Vulcan, but you can't juke that backfire. Valyouuu gets the kill onto Aurora, and the Phoenix Siege begins.
What a great series of events and just knowledge of when to use your abilities. Now, Olorun wants to come in 1v3 and get some. Find himself a bit of trouble, a bit more than he can chew off there, but still standing his ground.
Completely unfazed. It's crazy. And he was able to juke out some key abilities there as Soul goes in, guns blazing, but couldn't quite find the kill onto Olorun. There's too much to even talk about. There's just too much fighting. This is impressive. I love how both of these teams are playing this.
And I think that moment right there shows the genius behind these team comps. You had Soul, Boxing, and Olorun, both magical ADCs. Both have the ability to get the solo kill there, shred towers. Goes the way of Olorun. Maybe due to the healing, maybe due to just hitting more autos. But that could have been anyone's game. Both these team comps are so even, I feel. The CC, the ability to hit multiple people with abilities and ults. You see Devv over here not missing Huang ults, which I've tried. I don't get them. I don't know how he's hitting these on cooldown. And then, of course, the CC from Aurora, but also the CC from Agni and Vulcan on the other side. Just great drafts here. That's why this game is so even.
Yeah, and I think really it's going to take an actual deicide to decide a definite difference, because we haven't seen one for around 6 minutes or so, and that's going to be the key difference. Devv and Brandoopity throw some hands, and Valyouu's coming around the side with a right hook of his own, but he finds himself caught with the Eset. He's going to have to ultimate to get himself out. The heal was not enough for Aurora, who gets picked up, but Devv gets the kill back onto Valyouuu, and we're still at a 2v2, and with even health at that.
So even just at all times. And yeah, if you look on the board, RNG doesn't have a Phoenix. They're still dead even gold, dead even XP, dead even winning the fights. I suppose Aurora, I guess, is down quite a few levels, but only down 1 from Agni. But with no Phoenix down and this much fighting, how does RNG come back here? What do they do in this moment? Do they wait for Brandstupidy to overstep?
Olorun ultimate comes out and gets some good damage onto Brandoopity, but he had the ball, and a beautiful kill by Huang picks up the kill around the corner, and now the pressure goes on to CatmanPants, but here comes the Vulcan ultimate from out of nowhere and picks up the kill onto Devv, and we're back once again at a 2v2. Vulcan and Agni are chasing it down, and there's the blink, but Eset steps forward to avoid the bomb from Agni, but she walked into the dash, and Valyouuu gets the final hit, and now Olorun's got to try to 1v2, but he's got the health advantage. And it looks like they might consider ignoring him. No, they're turning back. They want the blood. Olorun's running backwards. He's through the fire minions trying to stay alive. He's going to Aegis maybe a bit prematurely, finds himself caught out, but he gets the kill onto CatmanPants, and now we got a 1v1, but Vulcan's trying to show he's the real ADC, but guess what, Olorun? Soul's here! Brandoopity gets the final kill onto Olorun.
Just disgusting all around. The Vulcan ult coming over the top and erasing Devv. Olorun standing and boxing too, and Olorun dies there. But Kreshoa bought so much time for his teammates to come back as Devv picks up a kill on a Valyouuu, but Bull Demon King does go down the way of Brandstupidy.
And now Brandoopity finds himself caught in between an Eset and a Huang. Tries to juke out, but you can't juke the ultimate. Devv ends up getting the kill, and we got a deicide at the last second onto Brandstupidy. Exactly what RNG needed to maybe turn this game back into their favor if Devv can save the Phoenix here.
That's ridiculous. Just at no point can you predict where these fights are going to go. Phoenix down, RNG on the back foot in their base, get wiped, lose Bull Demon King, and then get decided. Brandstupidy gets decided. I don't know where it's going to go, but this is really good for RNG. This is what they needed. If they can now push up this and have the pressure in the lane, it doesn't matter that Brandstupidy got Bull Demon King if they can't get into the Phoenix. Maybe they'll try a back door. They do have a soul. They could go knock it down a couple autos. But as long as they keep up this pressure and maybe win one more fight, it's a joust. One fight changes an entire game in Joust.
Yeah, I'm going to have to completely agree with you. Early on, it looked like all the fights were going the way of Brandstupidy, but late in the game, RNG has really turned things on its head. I would like to see a couple wards come out for the same reason you're talking about. That Soul could easily blow up that Phoenix right now, but it looks like as long as they got their eyes on them, they're okay. As Brandstupidy trying to set up for the red buff a little bit early, but they've got a 2v3 right now, so they better play it a bit safer than that. It looks like it's been spotted out that they've got the advantage. Olorun and Eset blow up Valyouuu. Brandoopity might not be far behind, and CatmanPants is pulling back to the tower. Good call as Brandoopity falls, and now it's up to Agni to defend the tower, but he's gonna get blown up, but that's a double kill for Cray, and a deicide, this time again RNG. Now they're going for the tower siege. They turned it around.
That is huge for RNG, and 38-second timers onto Brandstupidy, and they have an Olorun that can just melt these objectives, and they're going to walk it into the Titan room right now.
And with that, it's most likely going to be game as long as they don't throw here at the very end with their 3 little melee minions. They won't. Just like that, RNG on the back foot comes back, runs it down, picks up the deicide, and wins this game.
What just happened? That is Joust for you right there, ladies and gentlemen. At its finest, you are completely losing 100% of the game. You win one fight, win one more, you win the game, and you're moving on in the tournament. Awesome job by both these teams, and what an exciting round to watch.
That was incredible. RNG just showed their fighters, so the fact that they get to move on, even if they get pushed into their Titan, they're going to be unfazed. So keep an eye on that going forward. With that, we're going to see you in the next game. If it's anything like this one, it will be an exciting one. We'll be right back on the Smite Draft League.